Hello, hello to everyone following my program. Our program or this channel is called Ana Ne Kongo. ANA space NE space KONGO. Ana Ne Kongo. And this program is made from London, UK. Our telephone number is 0044 740 327. That's the number of our channel. With this number, you can get through WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. You can write to us on WhatsApp and we'll find a way of getting in touch with you. Ana Ne Kongo means the descendant of the kingdom of Congo. Congo is the first kingdom in Africa. I'll break it down for you. I'll simplify this. We have a lot of Americans, Afro-Americans are interested in the kingdom of Congo, which is the history of our people. Since we've had this channel with YouTube, we read the rules, the laws. YouTube always send us things that, or laws, rules we should not break down. And we follow and we abide by those rules. Example, a channel using children is unacceptable in YouTube, or contacting children is not acceptable. Rape has always been a crime in Europe. Pedophilia has always been a crime in Europe. Enslaving always been a crime in Europe. So many things. The use of guns, killing, all kind of things are not allowed to use on YouTube, and we don't use them. Ana Ne Kongo is a channel where we teach the culture of our ancestors, where we come from. Ana Ne Kongo is a channel where we unite our people living in the UK or maybe all over the world through our messages. Ana Ne Kongo is a channel where we pass on the message to our people when we have to. It's a way of communication amongst us. We teach Kikongo through this channel. I always make video where I teach Kikongo and translate it into English to help some to learn our language. Some of the children were born in this place don't have the knowledge of our history. So we teach them. We meet once a month, all descendants of the tribe of Congo. And the language were the tribe of Bakongo from the kingdom of Congo. And our language is Kikongo. We meet once a month We put ideas together. We find a way of looking after ourselves. We contribute to find a way, in case something happens, to be able to solve it, instead of relying on a government or other organization. So we start by organizing ourselves, by having a way to solving our problems. We are not an association where we get involved in something that has nothing to do with us. If we talk about something, it's to do with our language, with our tribe. If someone is a criminal, we will stop you. We let you know that we do not accept crime. If you carry on, we will let the people know. We can even make a video. But that is not defamation. We only talk the truth. If something happening at home is to do with our tribe, we have to reveal it. We make sure we have all the proofs and we reveal it. If we need to inform the government, of course we will. But we don't make up a story on our channel to make money, to get view. We don't do it. We don't even get money from YouTube, because we don't. We have to reorganize ourselves to be able to contribute and to be able to make money. So Anane Congo, it's an association that look after its people. It's not a money-making organization. Not at all. We feel disappointed when we see people writing from home, churches writing from home, while they are committing crimes, and when we reveal the secret of the crimes they are committing at home, and they write to YouTube saying there's defamation in their names. No, we don't do it. When we mention the name, we have to mention the leaders. Those are in front. If we know who's doing it, we have to mention your name to say, please, the government or the people, look at this man. This is what he's doing. You guys don't know. When a pastor is raping children underage, of course, those are our people. Those are the future of our tribe and of our country. We cannot let this go. We cannot keep our mouth shut because we are afraid of you. We can't. We have a history. The biggest history on earth comes from the kingdom of Congo. When the European went to Africa, they were following the ocean. They were only following water. They had no knowledge that there was another race down there. That's how they were able to discover the kingdom of Congo. And that was the first kingdom. When the Europeans discovered that place, they pulled off and went to see. They found human being there with this race, Negroes. We had a kingdom there. We had a king called Nzingankuru. We had a very well organized kingdom. They were even shocked. It just happened that they were Portuguese. They were so envious. They were not expecting to find a different race there. They were not expecting to find people so organized. We had the king. We knew the value of gold, the value of diamonds. We knew the value of the elephant tooth. We knew the value of animal skins, because we had them all there. Our king was wearing diamonds. They were shocked to see it. They became so envious. They realized we did not have no weapons, firearms. So they went back to get firearms and came back. But because we are so humble, loving, caring people, we still accepted them when they came back, only to find that they came with different ideas. The idea was to colonize, to kill us, to take our people, to take them to Europe, to America, to Jamaica, to Panama. That was the beginning of the slavery. After the Kingdom of Congo, that's how they end up in different land as well. And then in 1885, King Leopold I of Belgium will decide, and the French, the English will decide to divide the Kingdom of Congo. That was the time they also find out that where the Kingdom of Congo started, or where it was also a place where water from the ocean and from the river met. You know, the water from the ocean and the river are two different waters. So they met. They can see the line dividing the water from the ocean and the water from the river. And they wrote the book. They said they discovered where the water of the ocean and the river meets. But the Portuguese only got there in 14th. The kingdom has been there before Jesus Christ was born. The Kingdom of Congo has been there. It was not something of one day to be able to organize the kingdom and know the value of things. It must have been something very spiritual. When the Portuguese got there, there was no Christianity in the Kingdom of Congo. There was not even a word of Jesus Christ in Africa those days. That time, the continent of Africa did not exist, because it was the white man who came and divided the boundaries, to make the boundaries, to divide the land, make the boundaries, to call it Africa. And those days, our God was called Nzambia Pungu, the Almighty, the Most High. Nzambia Pungu. Nzambia Pungu Tulendu, the Most High, the Most Powerful, the Almighty God. Nzambia Pungu Tulendu. In our language, Nzambia Pungu Tulendu means the Almighty, the Most High, a language. That's where you guys learn some of the things you do. You took some of the leaders to Portugal to teach them Christianity. And then you brought them back to divide us. So you can implement your ideas. That brought war amongst us. Those were left with those who were taken to Portugal to be taught Christianity. That's the killing got intense. The whites started killing blacks in the kingdom. And the war of Umbrella broke out. And some have to leave. That's how that was the expansion of the kingdom of Congo. In 1885, Leopold I decided to divide that land. That land was divided, and we have the Congo Democratic, the Congo, which is the Congo Kinshasa Democratic. We have the Congo Brazzaville, which is Brazzaville, and the other part was changed the name Angola. Don't forget that the name Congo was the river Nzarinkisi. Congo was that name that was given to those countries. And those days, the capital of the kingdom of Congo was in Mbanza, Congo, which is left in Angola now. That's where the king lived. That's where you find most of the symbols, spiritual items were kept in Mbanza, Congo. In Mbanza, Congo, that's where you find Yalanku. Yalanku is a tree that's been there for years before Jesus Christ was born. That tree is still there. It's a massive tree. That tree never get dry. That tree never dropped its what's the word? Never dropped its part of the trees. Never dropped. When a part of the tree breaks, falls on the ground, something massive will happen on earth. In Mbanza, Congo, in Angola, death of people, something big will happen all over the world, or in the world. And when it drops, which does not often happen, when it drops, a part of a tree drops, there must be ceremony. There must be sacrifices. There must be chanting, invocation to ask the Almighty, why? What is coming next? You have Kulumbimbi, which is a mystical place left by our ancestors. Only us who know, only us can do. And the rest of the world, there's no such place so powerful like the kingdom of Congo. Everything is there that this world needs when it comes to spirituality. I made this video because I want the world to know. People don't know much about this kingdom. And when I make video talking about my people, talking about the culture, giving proverbs and breaking proverb down so people can understand. And people write to say there's defamation. Defamation when you make up stories on someone's behalf and when it's not true. That is defamation. When you go around abusing someone's name for no reason, that is defamation. But when someone has done wrong and he and you know that the truth lies there, and if I mention that, that is no longer defamation. That is the truth. When you use the word defamation because you want to hide the truth, but you know the truth always prevails, and we have to say the truth. We can't hide the truth, can we? So when I stand up, come out of the truth, say the truth, you don't have to write to YouTube to block my video because I'm saying the truth. I'm fighting for people. We have girls underage you guys are raping in that church. We have children that you are enslaving in that church. When they get a certain age, 18, 19, you start sleeping with them. 17, 16, you sleep with them. You do all kind of things. Pastor, your daughter Gloria, your daughter Mami Gloria, change the name from Mami to Gloria. Find the video in the toilet, in the bathroom. Those videos are connected to your office on the ground floor when you look at the member of the church when they're having shower. It was your daughter Gloria. Remove the camera. Pastor Kamalana, look at me, correct me. Am I telling lies? So if I'm telling lies, then your wife has to come out and say the truth now. The mother of your children has gone sick now. That you ignores your wife, the mother of your children. You prefer to go out of the girls in the church while you're ignoring your woman. Look at your wife's health. You use voodoo to manipulate your people. Am I telling lies? So if it's a lie, why would you write to YouTube to stop my video? Why do you keep having meetings telling you people, no, don't follow this video, don't follow those programs, it's a lie? Why do you say that? Why have I left every church in Angola, but I'm only talking about you? The Brazilian church, Universal, did I speak about them? I only spoke about them later when the fight broke down in the church. When the Angolan pastor had enough, they got together, they went to the temple, and they starting the fight with the Brazilian pastors. So what I'm saying is a lie about the Universal Church. Is the whole country saw it on TV and know what went on. Should I publicize the video, put it on online? People can see. Would you call me a liar for mentioning this? Talking about the video online? About the Angolan pastor fighting the Brazilian pastor? That's because of what was happening, what they were doing to Angolan pastors, the Angolan women. Can you imagine a church will order an Angolan pastor to have vasectomy They are all pastors. Please correct me what I'm saying if it's defamation. YouTube, it will follow my videos, and then all over the world, black Americans and any black all over the world, if you follow my video, what I'm saying now, can you imagine a church called Universal came from Brazil? They were given the chance in Angola. They built temples, massive temples. They were given land. And then most of the pastors there were Brazilians. They would not accept Angolan pastors. They would not give them the privilege. Those became pastors in that church, talking about the Angolan pastors, were not allowed to go to Brazilian canteen. Because you were black Africans, you're not allowed to use where the Brazilian church, the Brazilian pastors, the canteen that the Brazilian pastors use. The Angolan pastors were not allowed to use it in their own country. The land belongs to them and given to the Brazilian to build the church there. They made the church, they forced the Angolan to give money, offerings, and that money was being taken to Brazil. Clearly, the Angolan pastors had enough. They would order every Angolan pastors to go for vasectomy because they were not allowed to have children in those houses that pastors were living, because those houses were built by the founder of Universal Church. Universal Church came to Angola without a penny, but the money from the Angolans believers, they would build temples, and then they would not allow the Angolan pastors to use the canteen where the Brazilian pastors are or are using. If a woman is pregnant, there was torture, or maybe they will kick you out of the house they were living. Is not that a crime? YouTube, I'm just asking if that is not a crime to you. So as I'm raising my voice regarding this, my programs will be blocked. So where we are now, the government decided to kick them out of Angola. There was a massive fight in the church between the Angolan pastors and the Brazilian pastors. Brazil know about this. Angola know about this. France, maybe BBC, Fox, Sky, they all know about what I'm talking now. And this crime still happening in Angola. There's a church there called Imut, and the pastor that is raping children underage, or young girls underage, young girls there underage. Why should not speak if most of them are from my tribe and the pastor is from my tribe? I would probably have shut my mouth if he was a different tribe, maybe. Or if they were not from my tribe, but they are from my tribe. And this channel says, Anane Kongo. Please, YouTube, in case you have removed some of the video, as you did write to me, please restate them. Please reinstate them. And we are fighting for the human rights, Amnesty International, to get involved in this. And I know I will achieve this. This was the message I had for my people, wherever they are. And it's also a message to the Afro-Americans, those who listen, follow my programs. I'll be doing some of the videos in English, so we can get support from the black Afro-Americans when it comes to laws, supporting everything, so our video won't be stopped again. If YouTube feels that my fight is senseless, then they should let us know that rape, pedophilia, enslaving are not crimes. Not only to me, if they have to say it, they should say it all over the world so we all know. Instead of favorizing, agreeing to all the people that are telling lies, and punishing us that people are honest and defending a people. I've made myself clear. We are an organization that fight for the people of Kingdom of Congo. We are no money-making organization, because we don't. You can see we don't make any money. But I would like to in the future to register, pay you, so we can also make money. The money that will be used for some of the instruments that we need for this work. I say thank you to the Angolans all over the world. Keep up with the job we're doing. Teach our language whenever you are or whenever you can. And look after the people. God bless you all. Ciao, ciao.